Hello, my name is Sulina Powell. I'm an LPN to BSN student at Indiana State University. This presentation is for my public community health nursing class, and I will be discussing stress, which, let's face it, is a common factor in nursing school. The objectives I'll be discussing are understanding what stress is, recognizing when stress is too much, some common side effects of being in a stressed state, and how to manage it and where you can seek help for stress management. But before we discuss this, please hit pause on this video. In the description section, you will find a link to a pretest. Please click the link and take the test. There are two main types of stress. There's acute stress and there's chronic stress. Acute stress comes and goes quickly and goes away just as quickly as the stressor is resolved. This type of stress can be good or bad. It can occur when you have a test coming up, have a fight with your spouse, or maybe have a deadline to meet. But it can also be a good stress, such as something new and exciting is going to happen, like anticipating a proposal. Stress will also happen when you are put in a fight or flight moment, like having to slam on your brakes so you don't crash. Your body goes into an acute stress state. But once you pass that test, or your spouse and you make amends, you submit your assignment prior to that deadline, or say yes to the anticipated proposal, the stress starts subsiding and quickly resolves. With chronic stress, will go on for weeks and months, although it can also be resolved once stressor is addressed. However, these stressors are harder to address. They could consist of an unhappy marriage or having a lot of debt, for example. Now, your body deals with stress by releasing hormones that keep your brain alert. This again can be good, like in a fight or flight moment. However, regardless of the type of stress you have, too much can cause harm to your body. Because stress activates the autonomic nervous system, which controls things such as respirations, pulse rate, vision, and more, too much stress, which continues to activate the autonomic nervous system, can cause wear and tear on your body. This causes physical, emotional, and behavioral symptoms to develop. On the physical level, we are looking at things such as chest pain and increased heart rate, sometimes feeling palpitations, like your heart is turning in your chest. Definitely going to have trouble sleeping when your body continues to be in that high alert. It'll be very hard to just shut your mind off. This continuation of alertness will lead to exhaustion and fatigue. Now, on the emotional level, these side effects can become even more heightened and lead to depression, anxiety, easy irritability, and likely some panic attacks. The lack of sleep and constant going can cause behavioral changes since your body is unable to relax. Here, we are looking at excessive drinking, smoking, gambling, overeating or undereating, just ways that you think that you're managing your stress. Now, these are just the most common side effects. But of course, there are many more side effects, and some can be very serious, such as leading to a stroke or heart attack. All these symptoms contribute to stress overload. There are many ways to try to manage your stress. One way is to learn how to critically think and problem solve. After all, the quicker you resolve your issues, the sooner you will begin to de-stress. This will help you to prioritize your to-do list and manage time more effectively. You should also find ways to help cope with the stress and better manage your emotions. This can be done by establishing and practicing relaxation techniques. Some common forms of relaxation include meditation and breath work, yoga, exercise, reading. Of course, there's many more ways, but you have to find your own. Also, by improving your personal relationships and having a support system, You can always have someone to talk to help you work away the stress. Now, if you have attempted different ways to manage your stress but still feel like you can't quite get a grasp of it all, know that there is always help available. You aren't the only one experiencing stress. Stress is a normal thing that happens to everyone, but of course, too much is not good. Find out if any of your peers are experiencing similar issues and try to find things to do together to better cope with this stress. If you are a student, for example, schools will always have a counselor you can speak to. This should be one of the first people to reach out to in that kind of environment. Then, of course, there are mental health groups you can join or reach out to, such as going through the National Association of Mental Health simply by visiting NAMI.org. Some churches will also have specific groups of people that gather. So, for example, your stressor might be that you're a single mother, and the church group might have a group specific to single moms that pray and worship together, as well as discuss whatever they might be going through in their life situation. And then, of course, there is also seeking individualized professional help, like therapy, that you can either go to in person or do via telehealth. This does conclude my presentation on stress. I hope you found it informative and helpful. In descriptions below, there is a link to the post test. Click and test your knowledge now. And thank you so much and have a blessed day.